Well, good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning here in Pontyclean. The weather's not quite so good as it has been, but the Bible still remains the same. And as many of you would know, we've been sharing. Chris, Meg, and myself have been sharing from Luke's Gospel during the pandemic, and just sharing a little thought with you over the next couple of minutes. So. Yeah, I'm here, sitting here, Bible open, ready to go. Luke chapter 9, verse 43 through to 45. Just a couple of verses for you this morning. Chris shared with us yesterday the earlier verses where Jesus healed a boy with the evil spirits. But I'm going to share with you just a little bit further down from Luke chapter 9. And they were all amazed at the greatness of God. While everyone was marvelling at all that Jesus did, he said to his disciples, "Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of men." But they did not understand what this meant. It was hidden from them, so they did not grasp it, and they were afraid to ask him about it. An incredible passage of scripture. The verses that preceded this, where this poor boy was possessed by an evil spirit, and even when they were bringing him to Jesus, scripture says that he was being thrown down in convulsions, that he was foaming from the mouth. So when the boy was brought to Jesus, and Jesus removed and drove out that evil spirit from him, he took authority over the evil spirits, and it was driven from the boy. The people that were there in verse 43 were amazed at the greatness of God. And I want to encourage you that God is powerful, that God is active, and God is moving in this day and in this time. And the people that were watching Jesus, that were with Jesus, that were connected into the ministry of Jesus, they were amazed at the greatness of God. And then the next line, while everyone was marveling at what Jesus did, Jesus was just like, well, I'm the Son of God, this is what I do. And then he begins to talk to his disciples. And he says to them, listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. And it's so important that when Jesus is speaking, that we listen carefully to what he's saying. When we have all the noise of the world, we've got to turn that down. But as Christians, we've got to listen to what Jesus is saying. And I believe that in my life, and I'm hoping for you as well, that you're going to be trying to listen to what Jesus is saying. And he says to his disciples, the Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of men. So Jesus is already beginning to tell the disciples what's going to happen. He's already getting them ready. He's already getting them prepared for his crucifixion. But Jesus knew that he would rise from the dead as well. And that Jesus is getting us ready, he's getting you ready, he's getting me ready for what's to come in our lives. We never ever know what's around the corner, but Jesus gets us prepared and he gets us ready for what's to come. The end of it says that they did not understand what Jesus was on about. And sometimes when we meet someone, we talk to people, we don't really understand what they're talking about, but Jesus was trying to explain to his disciples that one day he would be arrested, he'd be crucified, and he would be removed from them for a short time and then would rise again. And they didn't grasp it, and they were afraid to ask him. I love this last line, they were afraid to ask him. I know in my life and in your life, never ever be afraid to speak to Jesus. Never ever be afraid to pray. Never ever be afraid to ask a question, because Jesus is right here with us in this situation and in this circumstance. So that's a little bit for you from Luke chapter 9, verse 43 to 45. So have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day. Enjoy Saturday, because we're excited for what God will bring in the next few days. God bless you. See you all soon. Bye.